to multiply by powers of 10. The exponent tells us how many places to shift the decimal point to the right. Now, when you're multiplying by positive, positive exponents of 10, you shift the decimal point to the right. If we were to multiply by negative exponents, we would shift the decimal point to the left. Now here, we have 10 to the power of 1, or just 10. So we shift the decimal point one place to the right, and that gives us 56. Here we have 0.39 times 10 to the power of 2, or 0.39 times 100. So we move our decimal place twice, 2 times to the right, to get 39. Now, if we were if the powers of 10 are negative, then you shift the decimal point to the left. So if I have 10 to the power of negative 1 times 5.6, that's going to mean I shift the decimal point once to the left because we have a negative. So I shift it to the left, and that gives me 0.56. 0.56. So also, if I have 10 to the power of negative 2 times 39, I'm going to take 39 and I shift my decimal place twice to the left. That gives me 0.39. We say if the exponent is positive, we shift to the right. We shift the decimal point to the right. If the exponent is negative, we shift the decimal point to the left. For example, if we have 10 to the power of 3 times 3.45, we're going to shift our decimal point to the right. So we start from where our decimal point is 1, 2, 3 times. And that gives us 3,450. Now, if the exponent is negative, we shift to the left. If we have 10 to the power of negative 3 times 3.45, we're going to shift that 3 times to the left. So 1, 2, 3. So you get 0.00345. Okay, we moved it to the right. Now we're getting into scientific notation. You must know this. Please write this. For scientific notation, a number is written in scientific notation if the first factor is a number between 1 and 10. You have two conditions for a number to be written in scientific notation. The first factor must be between 1 and 10, and the second factor is a power of 10. So basically, a number is written in scientific notation when it takes the form a times 10 to the power of n, where a is a number between 1 and 10. It could be a decimal number. Or we write it. We usually use an x for multiplication when writing in scientific notation. I don't like to use x's for multiplication because we confuse them for variables, but it's a custom to write that when we're using scientific notation. Now you should take these notes for scientific notation. So a number is written in scientific notation if the first factor is a number between 1 and 10. And 2, if the second factor is a power of 10. And this is the form that a number written in scientific notation takes. So this to show you that for a number in scientific notation, it must meet two conditions. And these are the two conditions that they must meet for a number to be written in what's called scientific notation. So scientific notation is used for very large numbers. Used for very large numbers such as, or for any number to be put in scientific notation. For example, you have 1 times 10 to the power of 1. That simply gives us 10, right? Now this would be our scientific notation. This here is a scientific notation. Right? So if we wanted to convert a number into a scientific notation, use the decimal point shift method.